What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Jake. Welcome to the JD Cars Automotive YouTube channel. Please be sure to go check us out at jd-cars.com. Follow us on Instagram at jd.cars, and please be sure to subscribe for more content. So today we're hopefully going to be wrapping things up on the BMW F30 wrap here. Thus far, we've done literally everything except for the rear quarter panels and the door handles. Give you guys a quick overview if you haven't been keeping up with this series. As you just saw, front bumper's done, hood, leaving the center exposed carbon there, fenders, doors, rear bumper over here, trunk, and all we have left today is the rear quarter panels, which do extend up quite far. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. And then we also have to do our door handles. Never done door handles before, but I assume it's similar to doing interior trim, which I have done before. But yeah, and that actually reminds me, I'm probably gonna wrap my rewrap my interior trim to match the exterior color. I haven't seen a ton of people do that, but those who have, it looks sweet. So probably gonna pull out all my trim next week, interior trim that is, rewrap it this same color. Should look really cool. Also, definitely gonna pull this off, get the windows tinted. Of course, that's all for a separate video. I think I'm gonna start off by wrapping the door handles. I'm gonna do a couple on my own, and then I'll let you guys know what method is working best for me. All right, so I just finished up my first door handle here. I started with the passenger rear because it's gonna get used the least probably, and I'm not gonna be looking at it just in case I messed up, but honestly it looks good. Oh, gotta fold that edge in just a little. Honestly, it looks pretty good, and it was not nearly as difficult as I thought it was gonna be. The only tiny mistake I made was I trimmed a little bit too much right there, but not gonna see that obviously. Door handle looks good. These curves, I was pretty scared by these curves because look at that angle, but honestly not that bad. If I remember, I'll link CK Rap's video, Christian's video about how to do door handles, because he has an excellent video on how to do so, and I'm not really the best person to explain it, so definitely go check out Christian's video, but really not that difficult. I'm gonna bang out the other ones as well as, you know, the little rear piece that accompanies it, but yeah, not that difficult. So should be done probably within the hour. This took me about 20 minutes or so. The one thing I will note about doing these door handles and door handle pieces is that, as Christian did, he just put the door handle in the car and he kind of worked around it and then removed it to get around the back edges. I'm skipping that step. I'm just gently using my vise here to hold the pieces in place. You can wrap it in a microfiber if you're worried about damaging it, but I found this to be a lot easier. You know, you're at standing height, and you can look all the way around and underneath. So definitely makes things easier. Alright, so I've done all three other door handles, but I wanted to make a quick note for the driver door handle here because it does have the manual key lock, and in order to release the plastic part from the actual lock so we can wrap it properly, you actually just pull out these two little tabs on either side, one right here and one right here. I just used a little pick, I released them, and that allows me to pull this off and actually do a good job of getting it in there. I'll probably bring it around this edge so that when I reinsert the lock it doesn't push it out, but just want to include that little tip. And if you pull it apart, it will come out nice and clean like that. So all four door handles are now done. I'm gonna work on reinstalling them on the car. Not really gonna cover that process because I've already done that in previous videos, but once I get those back on, we're gonna do the quarter panels. The rear bumper can go back on, along with the rear taillights, and wheels are gonna go back on as well. All right, passenger and driver side door handles are reinstalled, looking real good. I'm actually really happy with how they came out. But anyways, it's time for our last two pieces of vinyl to go on the car. Finally, going to be doing the rear quarter panels here. As many of you know, it's one piece all the way up to to the front of the car. So it's gonna be, I don't know, I'm probably gonna go cut out an 11-foot length, and I'm gonna try to position it so I can like cut this part out, leave a long strip, and then cut the other one out just to conserve material. But yeah, I measured out from the front there to the back here, and I'm gonna want about 11 feet to give myself some room on either end. But I'm gonna go down to the basement, roll that out, measure it, cut it, and bring it back out here to wrap the car. All right, got my 11-foot length of vinyl, and as I've done with pretty much everything else on the car, I'm gonna start over on the passenger side just because, I don't know, I have a few minor things over on the passenger side, like this weird dent from when I bought it. Somebody used a fastener that was too long, poked a little hole in the door. Well, not a hole, but protrudes out a little bit, and I don't know, other than that, really, I mean, I don't know. Just not gonna see the passenger side that much, so it makes me feel a little bit better, a little more comfortable about potentially making some mistakes. So I'm gonna do the passenger side first, and then we'll do the driver's side, and I'll give you guys a little bit more of a full look of what I'm doing. You know what, never mind, let's just film this side, who cares? So, did this just now by myself, really wasn't that difficult. I just held the bottom of the 11-foot roll that I made, put one magnet down on the back, rolled it along, magnet, not that bad. Just made my first trim right here, and now I'm gonna go around and just trim off all the excess that I don't need. So basically like that huge hunk of vinyl right there ahead of the rear fender, which cuts off right here. As you can see, I've popped off my side skirt just a little bit to be able to tuck the vinyl into that lower portion of the fender. But yeah, here we go. Alright, so this was literally like 15 minutes, I think. 15-20 minutes that I've been working on this, and I've already got the entire rear quarter panel, except for like right here. The entire rear quarter panel is laid down. Now I just gotta do the same thing across the whole pillar, which really shouldn't be difficult at all. Definitely pretty overwhelming at first. You know, it's a really big piece of vinyl. It's a lot of material to be working with. So it was pretty overwhelming at first, but just get it magneted, secure it down, trim as much as you can away, and then start like right in the middle here and just work your way out. And it's honestly not that bad. And it's really not that bad because we don't have any huge curves like a bumper. This was honestly easier for me to do than the bumpers. The bumpers were far more difficult. So just, you know, keep telling yourself, if you're doing this last like me, keep telling yourself, this is what I've been doing the whole time. Just gotta take my time and get through it. And it's really not that bad. We do have our gas tank door, our fuel door here. So for this, I might do this in two pieces actually. I might trim like really hard, not hard, but very close to the fuel door so that I have more material to lay over on the on this actual quarter panel into the fuel tank area so that we don't see any of the stock paint. And then if I need to, I can just rip this vinyl off the door and redo the door if I need more vinyl to wrap around the back. But yeah, it's going pretty smoothly. Nothing crazy going on at all. I'm gonna keep working. Camera battery's really low, so I'm gonna conserve battery. but I'll update you guys once I have, you know, some major progress. All right, folks, easily less than 10 minutes later, the entire panel is glassed out all the way up to the front. Now what I want to do is I want to come up top with one of my wrap sticks, and I want to tuck it right into that roof gap right there. And I also want to do the same thing along the door trim right here. I want to make sure it's tucked in there nice and deep, and then we'll make all of our cuts around the edges. And I'll check in with you guys when I'm doing the gas cap. So I'm about to do the gas tank. Just wanted to show you guys. Super clean lines. Oh, clean lines, baby. And super stoked about how clean this came out, because this is like the seam people are going to be seeing when they get in and out of the car. Look at this, people. Love that. Super clean. Worked out really well inside the fender as well. I've got it tucked in all the way around, even up here, and I got this depth really nicely. You can't even see the seam at all. The one thing I wish I knew, which is part of the reason I started on the passenger side so I can learn, this trim piece right here, this rubber piece, it doesn't have much of a gap, and it makes cutting, you can see I messed up just a tiny bit right there, which is gonna annoy me, but luckily it's on this pillar, not on the driver pillar. This seam is really hard to cut through, but you can pop this off super easily. I'm not going to because it's kind of annoying to put back in, but you can literally just pull right here and this whole trim piece will come right off. It'll make accessing this a lot easier. So now, as I said, I'm gonna be cutting around the inside edge here and tucking in the access film around here. And if I need to, you know, I can pull this off of the gas tank, rewrap it, and go around the back edge. So, honestly, it doesn't look terrible with that piece that's on there, and don't mind a little bit of grease that's on there. I'm gonna wipe that off later. As you can see up top here, I actually did not need all of that film that I allotted myself, and I could have used a little bit more on the top edge. It's not terrible. The only thing that's slightly annoying is that tiny unevenness right there where I started my cut, but it doesn't really like stick out at me. I think it looks fine. If it bothers me, I can always go back and redo it, but I'm fine with it for now. And that wraps up the entire passenger side here. So I'm gonna go repeat the same process over on the driver's side quarter panel, and we'll get the rear bumper on, taillights in, and see what this puppy looks like. All right, folks, the car is fully wrapped. Every panel, every piece is now changed to our new gloss gray, even though it looks like white on camera. Grab our ghost glove off of here. That thing has been key. But yeah, she's done. I'll give you guys some walk around clips right now because we won't be seeing her outside today. Well, tonight I should say. But here she is. By the way, the driver's side, this came out so much quicker and easier than the passenger side. Like everything on this car, you know, the second time around, like the first fender was really difficult for me, but the second one I banged out right away. This quarter panel was the same way. I banged this out in like 45 minutes. We got the bumper back on, taillights, all that good stuff. I do want to give the wheels a really thorough bath, give them a hand wash, wax them, and I want to give the whole car a waxing as well. But first, I have a couple things I want to do to it. I'm planning on adding windshield banner up here. I'm waiting on some gloss black vinyl. I'm gonna do a 6-inch strip, and then probably some little red accents on the front bumper somewhere. We have to do emblems. So it's all these little things. I still have to put the interior door panels back in. Like, I have to tidy the car up for it to be fully done, for it to be ready to go back outside. So I'm gonna have it done probably the end of this week. But yeah, I'm kind of in disbelief that we made it this far. I doubted myself for a while. I never thought I would wrap my entire car myself. I was always, you know, looking for someone to do it with, but I had the time during quarantine here and I was like, screw it, let's do this. And the whole car is now wrapped. So I'm glad I persevered through it. I really appreciate everyone's support, commenting on the Instagram stories that I've been posting throughout this whole project. Thank you to each and every one of you that have commented, supporting me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys are psyched to see the final product in the next video. I plan on having it done by then. Really not too much, just those finishing touches. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to leave suggestions down in the comments what you want to see next on this car. Please be sure to go like this video down below. Hit that subscribe button and the bell button to be notified when I post a new video. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time on JD Cars.